at our nation's Capitol building. This is the home to the U.S. Congress, the legislature or lawmaking body of the United States. Here, senators and members of the House of Representatives, in the course of doing their jobs, propose bills, gather support from their peers, make speeches advocating for what they want done, and eventually vote bills into law. Whether you think Congress is doing a fabulous job or if you think they're messing up our whole country, we should be able to agree on one thing. Congress's job is important. Making the rules for society is important. Oh my. That's really starting to come down. This would be a good time to return to our virtual conference room. Oh, that's better. Schools also have to have rules. In most schools, these are made by well-meaning adults, superintendents, principals, teachers. The problem is, kids learn more from what they experience than from what they're told. Most students are learning about democracy in classes where they're being lectured to or asked to do readings. At the same time, they're members of schools where they're disempowered, which are not democratic environment. This undercuts their ability to become active members of a vibrant democracy. Longview School is different. Longview is democratic. We have our own school legislature, which is combined of all the students and all the staff. This body makes all the rules for the school, decides upon any school issues of importance, votes on field trips, even makes decisions about budgetary matters. From the 5-year-old who just enrolls in the school to myself, the director of the school, each and every person gets only one vote. Now I know what you're thinking. This'll never work. It'll lead to chaos. I can tell you, after having done this for more than a decade, just the opposite is true. If you were to come into the school and propose a rule which would be dangerous or harmful to the school in some way, the students would band together, gathering support from their peers. They would stand up and make speeches decrying what you have proposed, and eventually they would be sure that it would never be voted in as a school rule. As importantly, the school meeting, Longview's legislative body, is extremely effective at working out community issues. I'll give you one example. Our chore system. Every day, students supervise other students doing chores to tidy up the school at the end of the day. This system was created by school meeting. It was modified time and again by school meeting until it has become the extremely effective system that it is today. On the deepest level, participation in democracy teaches our students to take themselves and their ideas seriously. When they're confronted with a challenge, they learn to look within first for a solution. Then they talk about their ideas with other people, gathering support, honing them until they become even better ideas. And then when they have to do with the school, they propose it to the entire school and get to see their ideas implemented in their school communities. How powerful is that? It increases our students' sense of self tremendously. This, combined with the rigorous academics at Longview, helps create an environment where our students develop into independent, responsible, thoughtful, happy young adults. Don't just take my word for it. Come on in, visit the school, see school meeting in action. Also, keep watching this video and you'll see some actual footage from school meeting.
Alright, summertime fun, Colleen. Well, as we all know,
it's becoming hot out a lot, and it's going to be summer soon. And I think we all should go to like a water park again for summer, because of the people like from Crossroads weren't like over there. So it would have been an experience for them, because we would do this like almost every summer.
You mean go to Lake Compounds?
Lake Compound Summer, it's just a water park. Yeah.
Okay.
School meeting is a wonderful organization because it runs the whole school. Anyone has one vote, be it an adult or a child, no matter how old the child is. Any decisions, except for hiring and firing of teachers, are made through school meeting. And children learn what it takes to run a school.
All right, clean.
But we should check on the weather so we know it's not like gonna be a rainy day like last Lake Compound.
Oh God. All right, Emily.
You really can't check the weather until the week before, and then maybe we can change the date. It would have to be, when we plan this, we should have a rain date for it, and maybe the week after when school is already closed, rather than interrupting any more time during school. But I think that we're going to need to form a committee and let them decide what the best thing to do is.
What, could I say something now? Sure, yeah. Well, actually, luckily that I am here, I have a console that actually, it's a game console, but it has this thing where it looks up the weather. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like the weather, it shows what's happening for the next weeks and stuff, because it actually has this thing it's confusing. And it actually tells us. Like one day, I checked what would happen a Friday, and it said it'd been a sunny, very good day. And then that day, it was a little cold in the morning, because that's kind of how all of them are. And then it was actually a warm day. It said it would.
Okay, Emily.
I make a motion that we form a committee for the final trip for school. It empowers every student in the school to have a voice and to have an opinion.
All right, so who votes to make one big committee end of the year amusement park trip? Not Ayana.
I'm going to vote.
Oh, who votes yes? Who votes no?
I can leave.
And who abstains? All right.
In the school meeting, the students propose new rules or propose to abandon some rules that they think are either unfair or unnecessary or unwarranted. And it runs through in a democratic process of discussion and voting to see whether a new rule is going to pass or whether an old rule is going to be buried in the sand.
Alright, so Zoo, Ben.
I am against zoos, so I don't want to go to the zoo on the trip, and I'm happy to do an extra assignment.
Emily.
Okay. How about writing a paper about why you, are against zoos?
Oh, Barbara.
That sounds good, but maybe it should include, what are the good things about zoos and what are the bad things about zoos? Like maybe one page? You just choose yourself.
Well, yeah, anyway, Ben, you can say yours first.
I prefer to talk about that. I actually don't have to go to the zoo first and decide about that. Then I'm happy about deciding about the extra work I have to do.
Alright, Emily.
I like the idea of the good and the bad, But I would like Ben to leave his mind open after he does research about the good things about the zoo. Maybe he would like to go and see what they actually do, because I agree that there are good and bad things about the zoo, but just keep your mind open when you write the paper and bring it in before next Wednesday, before the zoo trip, and then make a decision.
To be truthful, I don't think I will. No matter what the research finds that I'll like zoos, I think that it's bad that they just imprison animals. And the wrong zoo has bigger spaces, but still it's small. I've been to Wild Animal Park. Those I agree with. Those are huge spaces. But zoos are crap. Got mad small spaces for animals.
Keith.
I'm fine with him writing the paper. And I'm the teacher that's making it mandatory for kids to go. Okay? That's it for me.
Alright. So, are you gonna get a vote or something? Like, if Ben should write a paper or something? Alright, so, who votes that Ben should, like, write a paper, I guess, about, like, reasons that he doesn't want to go to the zoo, and that he does, I guess, like, good things and bad things about the zoo? Alright, so who votes yes?
1 page.
Yeah, 1 page. Who votes yes?
At least.
Yeah, at least 1 page. Who votes no?